Alright, there we go. Jamich has spent his fake money to purchase the song.
Yes, as a reminder, those of you in chat, you can use the channel points to request songs. Go ahead and check those out right now. You can also use donations.
Okay, so it looks like the names on stream are currently reversed. Maybe, possibly. We'll look into that to make sure that we are not butchering the scoring. So we are getting right into it.
Yeah, looks like we're just about ready here.
So far, they are neck and neck on the timing. Like, this song is gonna go in either direction. Yeah, it looks like we are a little bit behind PV pace on Jamich's side. Tran is well ahead of the AAA pacemaker as well.
They're both doing quite well so far. And we're seeing a difference. They're within 10 points of each other.
Yeah, this could swing in either direction at any point.
I suspect you're going to see a lot of close songs this match.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it looks like they're going to hit the A mark at the same time. Yep. Almost on the exact same note. Both approaching AAA right now. Yeah, and they have both passed it. Yeah, Jamich is actually PV max minus. Looks like he's not quite going to reach the PV, but those are very close scores for a timing battle like this. Get these scores plugged in real quick.
Yeah, look at that. Max minus 47 compared to max minus 73. Just in a moment here. It's close. 24-point difference.
Yeah, and actually a full combo as well for Tram. And then the EX hard clear for Jamich.
Yeah, so per the rules of this tournament, full combo will give you an extra bonus percentage on your score. So getting that full combo is very, very valuable.
So we are going into Screw next, which is a song that's a little more recent. It's actually from the second most recent arcade version, Heroic Birth. It was unlocked early as part of the Infinitas 2.0 update that brought us 120 Hz. So this is a little bit newer. This is also a song with an amazing video. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see it because the hand cams are in the way. But I highly recommend looking up the background animation on YouTube on your own time because it is beautiful.
Now,
This is
don't let
also
the
a very scratchy chart.
yeah, don't let the 114 BPM tempo fool you. This is a very upbeat song with a lot of fast notes in it.
Yeah, like I mentioned in the chat earlier, BPM doesn't really affect how fast a song plays. It's more about the note density. And this song gets very, very packed in a few places.
Yeah, especially since Konami added the floating high speed, where basically you can set your high speed to whatever you want with you know, inside the decimal and all that. BPM is not really doesn't make a big difference if it's a consistent BPM anymore.
Yeah, like you still have songs that will change their BPM and it'll mess with the scroll speed, but those are few and far between. If you'll notice when the players are holding start, when they're waiting for the countdown, there's a white number and a green number. The green number is actually the amount of time in milliseconds that it takes for the note to fall to the target line. So that's how you can tell how fast or slow someone is reading. The lower that green number is, the faster the notes are going to scroll relative to where the lane cover is.
Although if you see someone actually using sudden plus, that will lower the green number as well.
If that is true. Damage is trailing a little bit behind, but this is a very close song. It's all going to come down to the scratch part at the end. Yeah, looking at the scores right now, Jamich managed to pull ahead at the very end. Like we have an 1817 EX on Jamich's side and 1804 on Tran's side, so that's very close. Like literally within 5 notes of each other in terms of EX score. A little more than 5.
Right.
Yeah, every one of those flashing greats, the perfect greats, just greats, point of contention between me and the rest of the community about what they're called. Those are worth 2 EX for each. The regular greats are worth 1. Everything else is worth nothing. So our next song is going to be another low-level timing battle. Keep on moving. A level 3.
Another Konami classic song.
Yeah, and like Chad is mentioning, like because of the lamp bonus, Tran does actually take that last round. But like EX score-wise, they were right on top of each other. Incredibly close. We are going to go a little farther back into the past, though. Like Screw Screw is new. Keep on moving. What style was this early? Second style? Like it's really early in the game.
Yeah, I want to say 4th.
I think it's fourth. We can check that after the song. We'll double check once we're back on the song screen. But it's like this is a oldie but a goodie. Like you might have noticed it when Don and Catastrophe are playing Gamble in the last round. But look at that score chart. It just skyrockets on every note because there's only 122 notes on this chart.
So the very first appearance of this song was actually in Dance Dance Revolution's second mix.
Okay, so that puts the song at 1998? 99?
I believe, yes, 1999.
Yes,
So
this song is old enough to drink.
this song could very well be older than a good portion of the viewers in chat here.
Alright, so to no surprise, we do have double EX hardcore full combos. Damaged 36 EX. And then 227 for Tram. So Damage actually gonna take that one by the skin on his teeth. Again, like saying, like these differences between 9th and 10th Dan, it's mostly gonna deal with how the players respond to density. Like, timing-wise, they're gonna be right on top of each other. And our next song here is gonna be Icarus. I suspect they're gonna be going for the hyper because another, if they've not played it a lot, is not gonna be something they score well on. Yeah, it looks like the air going into the hyper.
The another is a 12. It's not a hard 12, but it's still a 12. And very difficult to time.
Yes, there is a stretch in the back half of the song, where it does what we call soft land. The BPM does some really funny things. It comes from a song early in 2DX's lifetime called Soft Landing of the Body, where there was a glitch where the BPM went kind of haywire for no apparent reason, and it was kind of funny, so they made it an actual mechanic in the game. This song is an absolute slapper, though.
It'll be interesting to see if our competitors here choose to try and slow down the soft land or deal with the speed up. I assume they're going to try and slow it down, but it's a bit of a tricky soft land to roll with. It doesn't really give you much time to work with it as it's speeding up.
Yeah, I would imagine that they're probably gonna downshift one level of high speed and not try to float it or anything fancy. The end of the song isn't that dense on hyper, they shouldn't have too much trouble. Yeah, like Johnny is saying in the chat, this is all gonna come down to how they deal with the slowdown. Like Tran is...
Yeah, Jamich has gone an extra tap to speed it up for the slowdown. But that means he has to dig himself back out of that as well with the speed up.
Yeah, he's downshifting. Like, you can see him on some of the notes, he's hitting start and slowing it down at the same time. Alright, here comes the fast part. Yeah, they both handled it beautifully.
Yeah. Very good job from both players.
Yeah, that is not an easy song at all to time. And to see them come out of it that clean. Something else. Do some school time real quick. Tran at 1783 GX with a card here for a bonus of 5. And then Jamich 1625. Yes, that's a pretty commanding win on Icarus from Tran. But like overall in terms of points, it's 99.46 on Tran's side to 94.65 for Jamish. So this is anyone's game still. It's all going to come down to how badly they get hosed on the chat requests.
And that's one of the things with 2DX too, is you might have two players and one will perform much better than the other on one song, but then you can go to a different song and the tables can completely turn because 2DX has a wider range of skills that you need to be adept in to be a well-rounded player.
Next song.
Rock Me Out. I mean, Me Now.
Yeah, Rock Me Now. Yeah, this set is just all over the place in terms of genres. I'm loving this. Yeah, this song is like you'll notice the artist there, Groovy with No Sheen. They are an infamous combination with these raga songs. Like 5 p.m. Eternal is not safe for work, but it's an absolute masterpiece. It's just so ridiculous.
So you can expect a fair bit of scratching in this song. Nothing tricky, but well, scratch-wise, nothing tricky. But there's gonna be a lot of scratching thrown into plenty of key.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of slapping,
Right.
Lots of scratching.
Key patterns. There we go.
We're going to be seeing, like, I suspect they'll be pretty close on this one as well. And the song slaps too. We're just waiting on the countdown from Sparkover, and then we'll be running into this song.
Tran is rocking the Cuvelia lane cover there.
Yeah, Jamich, meanwhile, not using a lane cover. Jamich just plays with lift, which accomplishes the same thing. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, so much of this game is a matter of personal preference.
And speaking of that personal preference, you can also see the difference in the playstyles between the two as well. You'll notice that Tran is using his wrists to scratch, and Jamich is using a pinky instead. Like, there's no right or wrong way to hit the keys as long as you're not damaging your hands and your wrists. There are perks to each different playstyle, but ultimately it comes down to what you are most comfortable with as a player. And most players at this level will start to learn multiple playstyles to be able to handle various situations that come up. But on a song like this, you're not going to see that. More than likely, Tran is just going to continue to wrist stretch for the entire song. Tran just now passing that double aim up.
Teleprom mentioning this is rough for a 10. Yeah, this is definitely a higher tier 10. There's no real break in it.
Yeah.
So you got plenty of difficulty, and then you have the stamina factor on top of that.
Yeah, these level 10 songs is where it really starts to test how well you can hit the keys for a long period of time. What does chat have next? It looks like we're gonna see Smooch getting into that Candy Red genre.
This Sparkover's favorite song, Smooch, or one of them at least.
Looks like the players are going with the another, which is a 10. This is another one that can be considered a trickier 10. It does have some little sweeps and a couple of patterns that can be a little tricky when you're first starting into 10s, but it shouldn't be any trouble for either of these players. Yeah, actually looking at PV on trans side, this should be extremely close between the two of them.
Speaking of Sparkover.
Oh, of course, Disease wants to hear memories. Shoutouts to Disease. Great player, great guy. Looking at the score count, neck and neck.
It's nice to see. It seems like the Beatmania, the 2DX community is really growing on Twitch.
Yeah, it's starting to get to the point now where there are too many people to watch because everyone's streaming at the same time, and it's a good problem to have. Like, it's been really amazing how much the community has grown over the last year in particular because of all of us being stuck at home. Like, the scene has really blown up while we were all locked inside of our houses because of COVID-19. Absolutely wholesome community. Definitely came together to help each other get through that year. It looks like Trams pulled a little bit ahead. Tram does finish just slightly ahead. A difference of about 100 EX, which on a song like Smooch is pretty close.
Yeah, that's an excellent showing from both players.
We're going to be going into another one of my requests that I threw in when I wasn't being supervised. We're going to be seeing Underworld Holography next, which is from Rootage. And we're going to be seeing that on the Another chart, which is an 11.
This song was also added, 5 months ago? Not terribly long ago?
It was not part of the 2.0 update, but it was added fairly recently, yes. Actually, it might have been part of the 2.0 update. I'm not 100% sure. I know it costs bits. Either way, though, absolute banger of a song. We should be seeing them very close score-wise on this one as well.
Yes, Don does. I believe this is the first 11 set.
Yeah, very strong play from both players right now. They are both well on double A pace, which for an 11 is very strong. Tran is a hair ahead. We're seeing the difference in being able to handle density paying off a bit here.
I believe Tran is on random, but Jamich is not.
It's been a while since I've played this chart, so I'm not 100% sure, but it does look like Jamich is on non-ram. Like, Tran is definitely on ram, because he's getting a couple of really funky patterns that he struggled with in the last bit of the song.
Both of them getting border clears.
Yeah, they did both opt for the normal clear. That was definitely a trickier 11, so that was the safe play from both of them.
So those of you who are not familiar with this game, with the normal life bar, you can bottom out to 2% and sit there, and the game doesn't mind. But to pass the song, to get credit for clearing it, you have to finish to 80% or higher. Next up, we have an infamous song called The Safari, and this song has been the last song in the 7 Dawn course. I think ever since they came out with Dawn courses in, what was it, 7th style?
I believe it was 7th style, but
I think it's the only
ever since.
I think it's the only song that has never been swapped out in the Dawn courses. This is a very funky 10, a very unique chart. A lot of jacks and weird chords and awkward rolls. So Jamich going for the hard clear. This is going to be hard clear on this is impressive. I'll put it at that.
You know, a little bit of a delay from Tran. He may be questioning if he wants to actually... Oh, he doesn't actually know.
This song is the bane of many players' existence, as it ends very, very large numbers of 7 Dawn attempts. There are people there will skip 7 Dawn altogether and go to 8 Dawn just because of this song.
And there are also people like me who will skip 8 Dawn and try to go straight to 9 because Gigadelic is equally dumb for different reasons.
Now, fun fact, when this song came out, it was actually 135 BPM, and I think that was on 3rd style, and then it was, I think, on 5th style, they sped it up to 150 BPM.
And unfortunately, the slow version has been lost to the sands of time.
Unfortunately.
It has not made an appearance since.
Jay Hanna saying 6 style to speed up.
Yeah, I do remember the Get On Beat Wild style speed up was 6.
So the middle part of the chart here is not too bad. But you'll see once we sort of get back into the yeah, here we get the weird jacks and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, the infamous territory rolls. Oh, Jamich is hanging on, but oh no. Oh.
Oof.
Oh, you hate to see it.
But he still pulled off that A though.
Yeah, he did get the A. Unfortunately, that is going to be a -5 for him on the bonus for failing.
Remind me, does he still get the credit for doing the hard clear, or does the fail supersede that?
The fail supersedes that.
Ah, it's unfortunate. But it was an excellent attempt. Tran, meanwhile, getting the double A, also very impressive. And shaving 11 misses off his PB.
Yeah, Tran is pretty rapidly approaching the 1500 club with his EX score on the Safari. Like, if you can break 1500 EX on the Safari, you're sitting very pretty. Like, it is such a difficult chart to time. And that was the last song on this set. So that was absolutely great. Very close. Tran does take that set. 91.63 to Jamish's 86.45. That little bit of difference on the density really paid off on the roll philosophy. Very good set. Always fun to get to hang out with early and talk about the game for a little bit too. So
yeah, thank you so much, and thank you everyone in chat for being here. We'll be back soon though. Don't go away.